Miami Marlins versus Atlanta Braves. The MLB action continues on Saturday with a doubleheader showdown between the Miami Marlins, 57 and 58, and the Atlanta Braves, 46 and 67. The Miami Marlins did not have very big expectations coming into 2025, but they've proven to be a fierce, scrappy opponent in the MLB. The Fish have been one of the hottest teams in the majors, going 27-13 in their last 40 games. Still, this spectacular run has led them to owning a sub-500 record of 57-58. The Marlins are 9.0 games out of first place in the National League East, while coming in at 5.5 games out of the wild card. Miami dropped 2 out of 3 to Houston, L 8-2, L 7-3, W 6-4 during the midweek, and they've split the opening games of this series with Atlanta, L 8-6, W 5-1. It was Edward Cabrera's dominant start on Friday that led the Marlins to a win. He tossed 8.0 innings and gave up 1 earned run while striking out 11 batters. Offensively, Heriberto Hernandez went 2 for 4 with a home run, 2 RBI and 2 runs scored. Ryan Gusto takes the ball for Miami on Saturday afternoon, and this will be his team debut after getting traded from Houston at the deadline. In 24 outings, 86.0 innings pitched, with the Astros this season, he went 7-4 with a 4.92 earned run average and a 1.43 WHIP. Gusto last pitched on July 30th, where he limited the Nationals to only 1 earned run on 4 hits and a walk over 6.0 innings. He picked up the win in a 9-1 rout. Known for his ability to mix pitches effectively, Gusto features a lively fastball in the mid-90s, paired with a sharp slider that can generate swings and misses. Miami is hoping his competitive edge and recent stretch of strong outings can translate immediately, especially as the club looks to climb back into the wild card picture. The added motivation of making a first impression with a new team could give him an extra spark on the mound. This has been a tremendously disappointing season for the Atlanta Braves, who are now just 48-67 following Friday's 5-1 loss to the Marlins. They've dealt with a myriad of injuries, and when coupling that with underwhelming play, you can start to understand why they're sitting at just 48-67. The Braves are now 18.0 games out of first place in the NL East. If you're looking for a positive rookie catcher, Drake Baldwin is a minus 250 favorite to win the NL Rookie of the Year. The Braves have split the opening games of this 5-game set, with the Marlins, W 8-6, L 5-1. Friday's 5-1 loss to Miami saw Atlanta muster up only 1 run on 2 hits. Jurickson Profar mashed a solo home run, while Michael Harris II logged the other knock. Bryce Elder, 6.0 IP, 5 ER, took the loss in the starter's role. Hurston Waldrep will oppose Gusto on Saturday, and this will be the 23-year-old's second outing of the season, offering him another chance to showcase his potential at the major league level. The right-hander has only made 3 career appearances, 12.2 innings pitched, and currently owns a 9.95 earned run average. A small sample number he'll be eager to improve. In his lone outing this year, Waldrep threw 5.2 innings against the Reds and held them to 1 earned run on 3 hits and 2 walks, showing better command and poise on the mound. He picked up the win in the 4-2 victory over Cincinnati in last weekend's MLB Speedway Classic, giving his team a much-needed boost and building confidence heading into this matchup. This is a pretty lofty total at 9.5 runs, so I'll gladly take a flyer on the under. Both Gusto and Hurston Waldrep are in great form right now. Waldrep just made his 2025 debut last weekend, and he tossed 5.2 innings against the Reds and held them to 1 earned run. Furthermore, both of these bullpens have been decent this season, each ranking inside of the top 20 with ERAs south of 4.10. That's not overpowering, but once again, considering we have an inflated total of 9.5 runs, Miami has been one of the best teams in baseball recently, as they're in the midst of a 27-13 SU run. The Marlins handled the sluggish Braves 5-1 on Friday night, and I expect them to keep things rolling when they turn to Ryan Gusto on Saturday afternoon, especially with the offense clicking and the bullpen providing steady late-game support. Gusto has allowed 2 or fewer runs in 5 of his last 6 outings, including his most recent start against the Nationals, 6.0 innings, 1 earned run, on July 30th. Offensively, Miami has been better than Atlanta over the last 7 days. During the time frame, the Marlins are in 5th in WOBA .357 and 5th in ISO .222, while the Braves are 16th .314 and 13th .178, respectively. Ultimately, I feel that this Atlanta team has thrown in the towel on the 2025 campaign, so I'll ride with this upward-trending Miami squad, which has shown improved plate discipline and the ability to deliver timely hits in high-leverage situations. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Miami Marlins money line. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. Cincinnati Reds versus Pittsburgh Pirates. The Reds and Pirates square off in Game 3 of their weekend series in Pittsburgh on Saturday. The Reds are in 3rd place in the NL Central Division behind the Cubs and Brewers. The Pirates are in last place in the NL Central and will be forced into the role of spoiler down the stretch. The pitching matchup on Saturday will feature Reds righty Nick Martinez, 9-9, 4.66, against an as-of-yet-to-be-named pitcher for the Pirates. The Cincinnati Reds still have some fight left in them, with under 2 months to go in the regular season. They dropped the opener of the series on Thursday night, 7-0. Starter Brady Singer allowed 6 hits and 4 runs in just 3.2 innings of work. The Reds' offense went silent when it mattered, scattering 9 hits but leaving 8 runners on base. They were 0 for 5 with runners in scoring position. Gavin Lux had a big night, going 3 for 4 in a losing effort. The Reds have lost 3 of their last 5 games entering Friday night's game at Pittsburgh. They will turn to righty Nick Martinez on Saturday. Martinez is 9 for 9 in 25 appearances, including 22 starts. Martinez has 9 quality starts this season. He has an ERA of 4.66 and a WHIP of 1.21. He has allowed 125 hits in 129.1 innings of work. Martinez has walked 31 and struck out 93. The Reds have won each of Martinez's last 5 starts. He is 3-5 on the road with an ERA of 4.90 in 12 games, but his recent form suggests he could be rounding into late-season consistency. The Pittsburgh Pirates are well out of the playoff chase, but that hasn't stopped them from competing. They have now won 3 of their last 5 games after Thursday night's 7-0 shutout win against the Reds to open the series. Young ace Paul Skeens went 6 shutout innings, allowing 7 hits while striking out 7. Brian Reynolds and Harold Davis homered in support of the big right-hander. The Pirates have now won 3 of their last 5 games, entering Game 2 on Friday night, and they'll look to carry that momentum as their young core continues to gain valuable experience. The Pirates, with only 4 healthy starting pitchers on the roster, will likely go with a bullpen game on Saturday, a strategy they've already leaned on multiple times this season. Manager Don Kelly has confirmed this approach, noting that several relievers are stretched out enough to provide multiple innings if needed. One option is Braxton Ashcraft, who has made a spot start earlier in the year and could serve as an opener or long reliever. Despite the lack of rotation depth, Pittsburgh's pitching staff has been quietly solid, posting a team ERA of 3.85 and a WHIP of 1.21, both better than the Reds' numbers. That said, facing Cincinnati's high-powered offense will be no easy task, as the Reds have been producing more consistent power and run support in recent weeks. The Pirates will need sharp execution from every arm in the bullpen, clean defense, and opportunistic hitting to pull off an upset against a Reds team still battling for postseason positioning. The Reds have gone under the total in 5 straight games, largely due to strong pitching performances and timely defense rather than offensive explosions. They have also stayed under the number in 4 of Martinez's last 5 starts, as the right-hander has kept opposing lineups in check and minimized damage with runners on base. Meanwhile, the Pirates remain in the bottom half of MLB offenses this season, hitting under .240 as a team with just 83 home runs, a clear sign of their lack of power. Pittsburgh's struggles to generate runs have been consistent, and they've gone under the number in 2 straight games entering Friday night's contest. With both teams leaning on pitching and neither lineup producing consistent fireworks, the trend toward low-scoring matchups is hard to ignore. The low totals should continue on Saturday, making another under result a strong possibility. The Pirates' bullpen has been stretched out lately since the team has gone to just a 4-man rotation, with 1 game dedicated to a bullpen outing. This extra workload has started to show, with relievers being asked to cover high-leverage innings more frequently. They'll battle a Reds offense that has compiled 34 more home runs than the Pirates and is hitting 13 points higher, giving Cincinnati a clear edge in both power and consistency at the plate. The Reds have also won each of starter Martinez's last 5 starts, with the veteran showing poise and command in big moments. Still very much in the hunt for a wild card spot, Cincinnati understands the importance of capitalizing against an inferior Pirates squad. Expect them to come out aggressive, pressuring Pittsburgh's depleted bullpen early and often. They'll be properly motivated on Saturday and have all the tools to get the job done. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Reds ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. New York Mets versus Milwaukee Brewers. New York, 63-52, will be trying to move up the NL East standings when they visit American Family Field on Saturday night to face Milwaukee, 70-44, in the second game of their 3-game series. Logan Henderson, 3-0, 1.78 ERA, will get the start for the Brewers. The Mets have not announced their starter for the game. Milwaukee and New York split their last 10 meetings. The Mets aren't playing well at the moment, and they've lost 8 of their last 9 games. They have dropped to second in the NL East standings, 2.5 games behind Philadelphia. They will try to put an end to their slump and make up some ground in the division race with a win on Saturday. New York averages 4.36 runs per game, which is 15th in the league. Their .239 batting average is 23rd in the league. Their .318 on base percentage is 15th, while their .404 slugging percentage is 14th. Pete Alonso leads New York with a 264 batting average and 91 RBI, while Juan Soto leads the team with 26 home runs. New York is giving up 4.05 runs per game, which is 9th in the league. Opponents have a .40 batting average against the Mets, which is 11th in the league. Their 3.67 ERA is 6th, while their 1.31 WHIP is 21st. The Brewers played well over the past week, and they've won 9 of their last 10 games. They are on top of the NL Central standings, 4 games ahead of Chicago. They will try to keep the momentum going and pick up their 4th straight series win, while increasing their division lead with a win on Saturday. Milwaukee averages 5 runs per game. Their 257 batting average is 3rd in the league. Their .330 on base percentage is 2nd, while their .398 slugging percentage is 18th. Sal Frelick leads Milwaukee with a 298 batting average, while Christian Yelich leads the team with 21 home runs and 74 RBI. Milwaukee is giving up 3.89 runs per game, which is 4th in the league. Opponents have a 231 batting average against the Brewers, which is 5th in the league. Their 3.62 ERA is 4th, while their 1.24 WHIP is 10th, reflecting a pitching staff that consistently limits damage and keeps the team in games, even when offensive support is inconsistent. In his last start, Henderson gave up 3 hits and 1 run in 4 1/3 innings, leading to a 14-3 win over Washington. The Mets enter this matchup averaging 4.36 runs per game on the season, but their bats have cooled of late, managing just 3 runs per contest over their last 3 outings. They've been a respectable contact-hitting team overall, carrying a 257-team batting average, but they now face a Brewers pitching staff that has shown some vulnerability recently, allowing 14 total runs across its last 3 games. On the other side, Milwaukee comes in averaging an even 5.0 runs per game this year and matching that same output over their most recent 3 contests. However, they've been less effective against right-handed pitching, hitting only .244 in those matchups. Complicating matters further for their offense, they'll be up against a starter in strong form, one who has surrendered just 2 total runs over his last 3 starts combined. With both lineups facing matchups that could suppress scoring and the recent trend of lower offensive production from New York, this game sets up well for a low-scoring outcome that stays under the posted total. The Brewers have won 9 of their last 10 games, riding a wave of confidence and offensive firepower, while the Mets have dropped 8 of their last 9, struggling to find any momentum. Milwaukee has the clear edge here because they're one of the best hitting teams in the league, consistently producing runs in bunches, and they're facing a New York pitching staff that has faltered in recent outings, allowing 14 runs in their last 3 games. On the road, the Mets have been even worse, giving up 19 runs in their last 3 contests away from home. With Milwaukee's deep lineup and ability to capitalize on mistakes, New York's pitchers will have a hard time slowing them down, especially in a hitter-friendly ballpark. New York won't be as successful offensively because they haven't been hitting the ball as well lately, struggling to string together quality at-bats and produce in key situations. They're also going up against Henderson, who has been dominant on the mound, allowing just 2 runs in his last 3 starts and consistently working deep into games. In 2 home starts during that span, he surrendered only 1 run, showing excellent control and the ability to limit hard contact. With his recent form and confidence, Henderson is well positioned to keep New York's offense in check, forcing them to rely on small ball tactics and hoping for mistakes that may never come. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Milwaukee Brewers ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box. There are Colorado Rockies versus Arizona Diamondbacks. It's the middle game of a 3-game series between a pair of NL West squads looking to next year on the diamond in the Valley of the Sun as the Colorado Rockies travel to face the Arizona Diamondbacks Saturday night. And Colorado was hammered 20-1 at home in the finale of a 3-game set Wednesday in their previous contest. Arizona fell 3-2 at home in the rubber game of their 3-game series with the Padres in their previous game Wednesday. Colorado lost their 4th straight game as they were pummeled at home by Toronto on Wednesday in the finale of a 3-game set where it was outscored 45-6. The Rockies entered Friday night 30-84 and are in the basement of the NL West, 35.5 games behind the Dodgers for the top spot. They were 32.5 games behind the Mets for the final wild card spot in the National League. Against Toronto on Wednesday, Colorado finished with just 3 hits as Ezekiel Tovar, RBI, finished with 2. The Rockies were one of 6 teams with runners in scoring position in the game and left 6 men on base in the loss. Kyle Freeland, 2-12, took the loss as he allowed 6 runs on 7 hits with 2 walks and 4 strikeouts before departing. Bradley Blaylock is scheduled to take the hill for the Rockies in this contest as he makes his 10th appearance. 8th start of the year, he is 1-3 with a 7.68 ERA, a 1.655 WHIP, 11 walks and 18 strikeouts over 38.2 innings of work on the year. Blaylock took the loss in his last start, which came against the Pirates at home Sunday afternoon. He threw 5.2 innings, allowing 7 runs on 6 hits with 4 walks and 2 strikeouts in a 9-5 Rockies loss. In his last 3 starts, Blaylock is 1-1 with a 4.76 ERA, a 1.529 WHIP, 5 walks, and 9 strikeouts over 17 innings of work. Blaylock didn't factor in the decision in his lone career start against the Diamondbacks, which came August 12, 2024. He threw 5.2 innings, allowing 3 runs on 6 hits with no walks and 4 strikeouts in a game the Rockies dropped 5-4. That start did come at Chase Field, leaving Blaylock with no record, a 4.76 ERA, a 1.059 WHIP, no walks, and 4 strikeouts over 5.2 innings of work there. Arizona dropped the rubber game of their 3-game series against the Padres as they fell in Wednesday's contest. The Diamondbacks entered Friday night 54-61 and stood 4th in the NL West, 12 games behind the Dodgers for the top spot. They were 9 games behind the Mets for the final wild card spot in the National League playoff spot. Against San Diego Wednesday, Arizona finished with 4 hits, with no player having more than 1. Corbin Carroll, his 23rd, homered in a losing effort for the Diamondbacks, who were 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position in the game. Anthony DeSclafani threw 4.1 innings, allowing no runs on 3 hits with no walks and 4 strikeouts, but didn't factor in the decision. Kyle Backus, 0-2, took the loss as he allowed 2 runs on 3 hits with no walks and 1 strikeout in 1 inning of work. Eduardo Rodriguez gets the ball for his 20th start of the season for the Diamondbacks in this contest. He is .470 with a 5.53 ERA, a 1.659 WHIP, 37 walks, and 103 strikeouts over 97.2 innings of work on the year. Rodriguez earned the win in his last start, which came against the Athletics Sunday on the road. He threw 5 innings, allowing 2 runs on 6 hits with 3 walks and 5 strikeouts in a 6-4 Arizona triumph. In his last 3 starts, Rodriguez is 1-1 with a 3.63 ERA, a 1.616 WHIP, 8 walks, and 13 strikeouts over 17.1 innings of work. Rodriguez makes his 5th career start against the Rockies in this contest. He is 2-0 with a 5.24 ERA, a 1.567 WHIP, 6 walks, and 31 strikeouts over 22.1 innings of work in those outings. Rodriguez is 1-5 with a 5.50 ERA, a 1.583 WHIP, 28 walks, and 66 strikeouts over 72 innings in 14 career starts at Chase Field. We're looking at a matchup between 2 teams clearly focused on the future, as this season has largely been a wash for both. Blaylock has been on the wrong side of several one-sided contests this year and carries an ERA north of 7, a number that reflects his struggles with command and an over-reliance on pitching to contact. That approach hasn't helped his cause, and Arizona, even after moving Eugenio Suarez and Josh Naylor at the trade deadline, still has enough offensive talent to do damage. Rodriguez hasn't been great this season, but he's coming off a win in his last start, which should give him a boost of confidence. He's also pitched with success against the Rockies in his career, keeping their bats quiet in key situations. Considering Colorado's season-long struggles, especially their inability to generate consistent offense on the road, the edge here tilts toward the Diamondbacks to come out on top. After analyzing both teams, my pick for this match is Arizona Diamondbacks ML. Drop your thoughts and predictions in the comments box.